How's it going, guys? This is Skattosan. I wanted to drop by and make a short video, or at least as short as I possibly can. I just finished watching, I think it was a documentary on a Netflix vid called I Am. And I am, let's see here, Tom Shadyac, I think is how it's pronounced, filmmaker, guy who did, what was it, a couple Jim Carrey flicks, bunch of other comedies, and so basically he was brought to a point of almost passing away, and, basically, it's making it look really bright, isn't it? Okay, so anyways, so he almost passes away due to some sort of head injury, which it goes in depth on. But he has an epiphany. He realizes that the type of life that he's living is actually quite the opposite of what he's trying to help change the world into being. So obviously being well off because, he makes, good money through touching other people's lives through comedy, he felt that it was only natural to attain things in general, I guess. And so I wanted to kind of come here and say that that I cried quite a few times. I choked up, and the video itself was very well made. I'm trying to figure out what it is that I want to actually say about the vid. So, what am I getting at? I'm getting at that the video basically asked some very serious questions. One, what is wrong with the world? And what can be done to fix it? I've been asking myself these questions for a very long time. I would go as far back as to say when I was probably 4 years old. And I remember stuff back when I was like 2. But I understand that there were things that I understood, even though I couldn't retort, that I couldn't regurgitate the information that I was understanding. I knew that there were certain things that were wrong, that were going on, or things that weren't right. Back when I was a kid, and throughout my life, I've kind of had this frequency of action. And that action was revolving around compassion and love for everything. Not a lust after things, but a compassion towards living things, people, the respect for other people's possessions, so on and so forth. And I used to defend people who basically more or less could not defend themselves. So I guess I'm kind of trying to get to my current life as it is right now. And so yeah, I know that I know right now that I make a difference. I even asked a few students at work. I said, "Hey, would you guys be upset or would you guys be sad if I was no longer here? If I left?" And I got yelled at, almost practically. Kind of with that question behind there. Yeah, of course. Why? And so I was just saying, it's difficult to be an adult. It's not easy. and it's funny, and I laugh because it is easy. It really is. But sometimes you feel a pinch. Pushed into a corner, you're not sure what to do or how to do it, or maybe you just don't have enough energy to push through to the other side regarding getting a job or getting a second job if you need it. Finding some form of supplementary income. Okay, so like for me, I work with high school students. I am also in and amongst other junior high students, but I don't really interact with them. But in any case, I work with high school students, and I bring kendo to the forefront. Okay, that's what I bring. I bring kendo as a club. I bring chess as a club. I also bring other aspects such as philosophy, and those three things in themselves are very narrow, except for the philosophy. But the philosophy that I give behind the things that I do are everlasting. So because of that, I know that I'm changing lives. In the movie I Am, they spoke about, I believe they called it like an electromagnetic pulse or something that is considered to be similar to that of an aura. Okay? And they also related it to the heart, okay, not the brain, which I thought was very interesting. The heart, when monitored under certain, let's call it hyper normal situations, influences like love or happiness versus, say, maybe angry or sadness. Okay, so with love, from what I remember seeing was that you have the normal heartbeat, doot doot, okay, and then there's that almost unquantifiable or unthought of segment of time between heartbeats that has what they refer to as a lot of information. So the heart was, from what I'm to understand, it was more like a scratchy take for anger. And then like for love was very fluid still, even after the heartbeat, or even after the monitored dum dum of the valves opening and closing. So that, from the heart, that emotion, that core, your heart, emits a signal of sorts. And it's funny to me because a lot of people, and I mean, you can go back towards more ancient civilizations than now that refer to the heart as the essence of what it is that is you. What it is that is your feeling. You, the consciousness. And of course it goes on to talk about that because you emit this frequency, or this pulse, or this aura, you are never alone. You are never untouched by other things, other people. That you are in a pool of other frequencies, other auras, other things that are also living. So my point that I'm trying to get at is that I'm not going to give up. I can't. Because I could give up simply just for myself. But I know that there are students, freshmen, that, and I'm not going to say enjoy my company, but they enjoy my presence because I bring something to the table. I bring something that is fun and engaging. I bring knowledge and philosophy, and of course, I'm going to bring comedy. I like to think that I'm very comedic at times, but if that goes away, what's left? Now, I'm not saying that I'm the heart and soul of the program. Okay, I have coworkers. They themselves are very individualistic. But we are a team. And if a cogwheel goes missing, in essence, that cogwheel, say a kendo club, goes missing. It's gone. Not one of those individuals would be able to just pick that up and run with it. And I'm not just talking about I'm not just talking about coworkers. Students too. Because the students, they have the hearsay to decide what they would like to see within the program. So if one of them was like, you know what, Scott's not here, I'm starting a kendo club. I would say, cool. But they would have to have a drive that is unsurpassable. They would have to be finding out information about kendo on their own, practicing it until they're blistering and sore, and then sharing it with other people. So, yeah, I cried towards the understanding of this movie, because this is something that I have felt, and I've seen it throughout my life, and that I realize that there's certain things I can live without. That I would consider myself to live a humble life, but I'm inclined to say that I can live an even more humble life without sacrificing health. And by doing so, by living even more humble, that I can see that I would be more happy. That was a very strange sentence. More happy. I would be happier, more content, way more content, as opposed to having more. Which, and just watch the video. It talks about how society brings that to the table as in order to be more happy by having things, that if you have more things, you'll be more happy. So, it's 15 minutes into this video. I was really trying to not let it be long, which it ended up being. Hopefully some of you will actually listen, and hopefully you guys will actually go and watch this video. Not this my video, but the video, the movie, documentary, I Am, and actually get something from it. Not just something that I decided to come here and talk about. No. I want you guys to actually... You won't even have to think, because the movie's gonna make you feel a certain way. And if you don't, then I really don't know what to say. I'm not gonna call you inhumane, but if it doesn't touch your heart, then you're not ready for that kind of change. And that's not bad. Just that you're not ready. It's as simple as that. So, in any case, I'm gonna cinch this video up, and this is Skattosan. Ciao.